One of the greatest and oldest defensive stars of FC Barcelona has been sentenced to 4.5 years in prison for rape. Dani Alves, also known as Da Silva, will surely not enjoy a sports retirement in the turquoise waters of the Maldives or in the world's finest hotels, as he is currently behind bars. This newly revealed news has shaken the world of sports. Get ready, because today we delve into the heart of the Dani Alves case, revealing it all. As not everyone is obligated to know about this exceptionally talented player, we'll make a brief stop in Dani Alves' biography so you know who he is. Dani Alves, whose full name is Daniel Alves da Silva, was born on May 6, 1983, in Juazeiro, Bahia, Brazil. He grew up in the village of Umbuzeiro, in the Salvador neighborhood, far from any sports center, coming from a very modest family. His childhood was marked by extreme poverty, having lost his mother at the age of 6, a difficult time for him and his family. From an early age, Alves developed a passion for soccer, often playing in the streets with friends and using improvised objects as a ball. At the age of 8, he started working in a factory to help financially support his family, continuing to play soccer in his spare time. It was during adolescence that Alves took his first steps into the world of soccer, joining a local team called Juazeiro Social Club, where he began to develop his skills and attract the attention of recruiters. In 2001, at the age of 18, Alves left Juazeiro to pursue his dream of becoming a professional player, and today he is widely recognized as one of the best right-backs of his generation. His career has been phenomenal, and it's no wonder that the biggest clubs have vied for his signature, and he has won numerous glorious titles. It all started in Brazil, when Alves joined Sport Club Bahia, marking the beginning of his professional career before moving to the Spanish club FC Sevilla in 2002. With Sevilla, he won several trophies, including the UEFA Europa League twice. In 2008, Alves joined FC Barcelona, where he experienced immense and immediate success, winning several titles, including several La Liga Spanish championships and the UEFA Champions League in 2009, 2011, and 2015. After his successful stint at FC Barcelona, he played for several other clubs, including Juventus in Italy during the 2016-2017 season and Paris Saint-Germain in France during the 2017-2019 season, after which Alves returned to Brazil to play for São Paulo FC, his hometown club. In addition to his club successes, the Brazilian also represented the national team of Brazil in several international tournaments, winning the Copa America in 2007 and the Confederations Cup in 2009. His career is praised for his exceptional achievements, offensive playing style, impressive speed, technique, versatility on the field, and his contribution to the success of his teams throughout his professional career. Speaking specifically about his playing style, the former right-back had several distinctive characteristics. Alves was known for his versatility, able to play not only as a right-back but also as an attacking midfielder or even on the left flank. This versatility allowed him to adapt to different playing systems. Alves was an extremely technical player, with excellent passing ability and the capacity to deliver precise crosses into the penalty area. His individual technique also enabled him to dribble effectively, making him a significant asset in attack. His speed and agility were also major assets, allowing him to cover long distances quickly, whether to defend or support his team's attacks. His agility also enabled him to maneuver skillfully around opponents, despite his offensive role. Additionally, Alves was not only an attack-focused player but also possessed solid defensive skills, with good anticipation, game-reading ability, and determination, making him a robust defender. His inexhaustible energy and hard work on the field are also noteworthy, maintaining a high level of performance throughout the match, actively participating in both offensive and defensive phases. Now that we've painted an ideal portrait of this exceptional player, which might lead one to believe that he's also an exceptional and moral man in his personal life, let's bring out some stories from the closet, relive old memories, and show you the dark side of Dani Alves, which you may not be aware of. To do so, let's go back to that famous night of December 30th to 31st, 2022, when it all began in a nightclub bathroom in Barcelona. At a nightclub in the Catalan capital known as Sutton, a 23-year-old woman enters to have fun like everyone else, accompanied by two friends. At a certain point in the night, she heads to the bathrooms, and it is there where the drama unfolds, according to her words. The young woman files a complaint a few days later, and on January 20, 2023, the police summon the player and put him in preventive detention. Dani Alves presented several contradictory versions to the Spanish judicial authorities, initially stating that he did not know the young woman before later admitting to indeed having a sexual relationship with her, but claimed it was consensual. Several DNA tests were conducted on the victim, confirming the presence of the fingerprints of the Brazilian defender, as well as traces of semen on her clothing, and on the floor of the nightclub, the presumed location of the attack. In addition to this compelling evidence, there was the testimony of the 23-year-old woman describing the events. She asserts that the accused forcefully grabbed her, threw her to the ground, and violently penetrated her, disregarding her pleas to stop and let her go. The court finds that Dani Alves raped the young woman, whose identity remained anonymous for security reasons. 1 year after the events and after months and months of investigation, the former FC Barcelona player was sentenced on February 22, 2024, to 4 years and 6 months in prison for rape. The football star, now 40 years old, was tried from February 5 to 7, 2024, for the rape of the young woman in the bathrooms of the VIP area of the nightclub. The prosecution would have requested a much less lenient sentence, who until then was in pretrial detention. The latter categorically denied having raped that person, but the court declared that the victim was not consenting and that there were evidences beyond the testimony of the plaintiff that allowed considering the rape as proven. According to the prosecution, Dani Alves would have had a violent attitude towards the young woman, who described this situation as terribly distressing, inhumane, and awful, especially because this version was corroborated during the trial by her friend and her own cousin, recalling the 2 women who accompanied him that night, suffering, according to the public ministry, from a globally elevated post-traumatic stress. The victim testified anonymously during the trial to keep her identity secret and behind a screen to avoid visual contact with Alves. Even her voice was modified and her face pixelated in the recording intended for the exclusive use of the judges. At a certain point in the evening, after offering champagne to the plaintiff, her cousin, and a friend, he would have invited the young woman in question to accompany him to an adjacent room with bathrooms, something to which she would have consented. The former Brazilian international player also denies any form of violence against the plaintiff, stating that if she wanted to leave, she could do so at any time, not being obliged to be there, finally ensuring that he was not a violent man. During the trial, it was his word against hers, as unfortunately Dani Alves didn't have tangible evidence to prove his innocence, and to make matters worse, those changes in his story made him even more guilty, weakened his testimony, and intensified doubts about his innocence. I remember that Dani Alves initially contested the facts, stating in a video in early January 2023 that he had never met the plaintiff. Later, he justified his lie by saying he wanted to protect his marriage before eventually admitting to a consensual sexual relationship with the plaintiff. Dani Alves was married at the time of the events to Johanna Sands, with whom he had been in a relationship since 2015. They had celebrated a mock wedding in the spring of 2016 and later officially tied the knot in July 2017. He ruined everything in a matter of seconds. Unfortunately, one cannot be good at everything. Dani Alves da Silva can consider himself fortunate that his sentence was limited to 4.5 years, as it is much shorter than the 9 years of prison requested by the prosecution. Dani Alves was also sentenced to pay €115,000 to the plaintiff, serve 5 years of probation after completing his sentence, and stay away from the victim for 9.5 years. Dani Alves's lawyer appealed, but I fear it won't make any difference. Da Silva lost much more than money and time in this case. All the notoriety he had built throughout his life miserably collapsed. Furthermore, his reputation was severely tarnished since his imprisonment, and following this conviction, FC Barcelona decided to strip the Brazilian player of his club legend status. Now, tell us in the comments what you think about this sordid rape case involving Dani Alves. Do you really believe he's guilty or not? Let us know if you think he'll ever be able to erase his dark past. Before you go, don't forget to click here to watch another one of our videos.
You are our major sponsor. This video required many hours of work, love, and dedication to be completed. Therefore, your participation is what keeps us inspired to grow even more and reach a larger audience with this valuable content. Subscribe to our channel, like, and share this video with others, as this is how YouTube will understand that you enjoyed this content and will present it to more people. Now, if you want to watch content as good as this, click on the video that's appearing on your screen. Thank you for watching, and until next time.